Florida, so it's like about almost like 2 o'clock here. So again, I want to welcome each and every one of you here to this webinar on the CYSA. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started this morning. So again, everybody, I want to welcome you again to the topic which is titled How to Prepare Again Your Career Path via an Industry-Wide Certification, which again is called a CYSA. Now, one of the things I always like to begin, everybody, when I think about when you work in a job, right? Think about this, everybody. Are you sick and tired of the current career job profession you're doing? Do you want to spice it up, invigorate your current career path? So many people become comfortable nowadays. They stop growing, they stop wanting anything, they become literally satisfied. Did you know that so many people are getting ready today to go for a job or profession they don't like? Now, these jobs or profession are making them literally sick, right? The point is that when you're not pursuing or doing something that you truly enjoy, right? You're literally committing what we call spiritual and also career suicide, right? So if you're looking to change your career path, then pursuing a career within the cybersecurity field should be your again your ultimate destination because it's all about lifelong learning, my friends, and it's truly again a mindset. Equally as important, I'm reminded of one of my LinkedIn friends who was on LinkedIn, Stephen Upshaw, where he said, stated in a LinkedIn post that if you're looking to pursue a career in cybersecurity, be prepared for a never-ending learning journey. Now, again, this field itself is constantly evolving, and there's always a new skill or technology to learn and improve upon, right? Think about it, but there's never should be a moment in your life when you said, I finally arrived. Instead, you should embrace the mindset of a persistent learner, always seeking out opportunities, right, to improve your knowledge and skill set. So again, hopefully, again, what we're going to be today is kind of explore one of these areas that you perhaps might be interested in. Now, again, like I said, it's all about learning, growth, and transformation. Really, that's really the mantra when you begin to look at CCSS. It's all about, again, learn, grow, and obviously transform yourself, right? Mentioned earlier, like I said, earlier it was introduced, like I said, they've been in business like about 25 years, right? So again, like I said, they offer again there's a comprehensive menu of courses for you that the staff can help you as well. So without further, let me begin by first of all introducing myself. My name is Jim Hollis, and I will be your subject matter expert. I hold various certifications in security, including, for example, the Certified Security Manager or SISM, the System Certified Security Practitioner, oftentimes called the CCP, the SSCP, right? It should also be noted, everybody, that I have some other certification. But I firmly believe, everybody, that my designation as being a Microsoft certified trainer, as being an accredited trainer, teach a SISM course, as well as numerous other certifications, are most relevant for this particular course of instruction. Now, a little bit about my background, everybody. I am a retired Marine, did 22 years in the Marine Corps. Upon retirement from the Marine Corps, started working at one municipality, everybody. Then I went to another municipality, and then again, that's where I'm at today. So what I want to do now, if I did, like I said, this kind of lists some of my certifications here. But what I want to kind of jump right into the webinar here today, everybody. Again, these are my certifications here. These are some of the feedback from some of my prior students, everybody. Like I said, I'm an independent contractor. I teach a lot of courses, range from SISM courses to a lot of Microsoft certified courses and things that nature as well. Again, this is for, like I said, one of my LinkedIn friends that made that point about that life. It's all about lifelong learning. You never reach a point in your career. You say, hey, I've arrived. Right? Because guess what? There's always something new to learn. Like, for example, one of the biggest things today now is AI, artificial intelligence, right? So we should be leveling up on that topic as well because it's something that's not going away. So let's begin by taking a look at our agenda item today. And we're going to take a look at the agenda item and also the order in which it be covered during this particular webinar. First off, we'll kind of introduce you to the CompTIA. Then we'll talk a little bit again about what is a CompTIA CYSA and why is it so important. Also, who should take the CompTIA CYSA as well. Again, obviously there are some benefits in regards to obtaining again the CYSA as well. Then we're going to kind of compare and contrast again the CYSA as opposed to again the Security Plus certification, right? Then we'll take a look again at what we call some exam patterns in this case. So again, as we look here, again, this is CompTIA's, what we call CompTIA path. Now, like I said, CompTIA has numerous certifications nowadays. I can know, for example, I taught a class probably maybe 2 or 3 years ago when I had one of my students in class. This young lady knew nothing about IT. Her area was a nurse. She was a registered nurse, and she was trying to make that change from being, again, a registered nurse to get into the cybersecurity field. Now, she's become very successful right now. In fact, even today, this young lady still inspires me because she is definitely on the cutting edge of technology, particularly when you think about coming from a registered nurse now working in the cybersecurity field, right? But again, this again is what we call the CompTIA pathway and also, again, the infrastructure pathway as well. Let's briefly talk a little bit about CompTIA. First of all, when you look at CompTIA, for example, it was created in 1982 as the Associate of Better Computer Dealers. Later, it changed its name to Computer Technology Industry Association. Now, in 2010, CompTIA moved its headquarters into a new office space in a facility within Dowers Grove, Illinois at that time, right? So basically, another thing about, like I said, this is when they first had their first name, when they first came out. Like I said, when you look at CompTIA, it's like considered a vendor neutral certification. Like, for example, they offer certification like in CompTIA. I mean, like, for example, CYSA, they offer certification. Like, for example, one of the newest one is called Security X and things of that nature as well. So they do offer a vast amount of certifications and things of that nature as well. Now, in 2017, here's what happened. CompTIA launched an IT professional association. And what happened, it built on this acquisition of the Association of Information Technology Professionals at that time. Now, let's take a look again at some in other words, talking about some popular certifications that are offered again by, again, CompTIA. As I mentioned before, one of the newest certifications they just rolled out, everybody, it's called a CompTIA Security X, everybody. This is an exam for professionals looking to validate their knowledge at the expert level. It covers specialized enterprise security topics related to architecture, to get into encryption, system integration, and also incident response as well. The other circuit the one we kind of focus on today is called a CYSA. Now, this exam itself, it taps into the sophisticated side of infrastructure to highlight your skills. It dives into using intrusion detection system to sniff out threats as well as role data analytics that it plays in terms of understanding malicious behavior and also anticipated attacks as well. They also have again what we call a CompTIA Pen Test Plus. Now, again, this exam, what it does, it takes an offensive approach to cybersecurity. Now, this particular certification is suited for aspiring ethical hackers. It also establishes in-depth knowledge as an art of penetration testing as well. Then we have what we call the Security Plus certification. This is suited for individuals who are pursuing a career in cybersecurity. You establish your ability to detect and also respond to security threats. You'll be able to learn how to monitor the network for potential threats, evaluate existing security measures, and provide insight in that can help your organization bolster their security efforts as well. Then we have the Network Plus certification, which again, this can help you land an entry-level position in the computer networking space. These positions may include, for example, network administrator, for example, like with Network Plus, may also include a network analyst, network support specialist as well. And then they also have what we call a CompTIA. Now, this particular exam itself, it's 2 exams. You have to pass both exams. One exam is the hardware, one is operating system in order to obtain the A+ certification. Now, this exam itself, it certifies skills and knowledge of operating system, networking, virtualization, mobile device technology, and also, again, good old cybersecurity as well. And then we have this IT fundamentals. Now, this particular one is literally an entry-level exam, and what it does, it validates your knowledge of the core tenets of information technology. It covers elementary concepts such as operating systems, everyday software programs, web browsing, and also, again, computer security. So that begs the question, why the CompTIA Cybersecurity Analyst certification? Now, again, first I would tell you this. There are many benefits to literally passing the CompTIA, that exam itself. First of all, you have increased job opportunities, obviously. Now, again, this is one of the most sought after certifications in the IT industry, right? Having this certification can help you get your foot in the door and land a job within cybersecurity. Another thing is higher salary, right? According to a study by the Burning Glass Technology, IT security professional with a CompTIA security, with this certification, obviously, again, can obviously going to raise your salary, right? That's what it's all about. Also, able to enhance again your skills, right? Now, this exam covers a wide range of security topics, right? And we'll be talking kind of remember, it actually have 4 different domains that comprise again the cybersecurity analyst certification itself. You also have what we call increased credibility, right? That's another thing that's very important, right? When we begin to look again at why the actual CompTIA cybersecurity analyst certification. Now, some of the careers that you can aim for when you pass again this certification, for example, everybody, for example, let's say I want to be a cybersecurity analyst, right? A security analyst, for example. In this case, you learn how to monitor, detect, and respond to security incidents within an organization. Then we have a security engineer. This is where you have to design and implement what we call secure systems and process to protect, again, your organizational assets as well. You learn key skill. Like other thing, when you're working in this field, you be implementing firewalls, IPSs, securing cloud and on-premise systems as well. Then we have the security architect. This is where you develop and oversee the overall security strategy and framework for an organization. Now, some of the key skills is designing security architecture and frameworks as well, risk assessment, and also mitigation as well. So that's kind of looking at that one as well. Then we have a security consultant. In this case, this is where you provided expert advice to organizations on improving again their security posture, for example. In other words, some of the key skills that come to mind is assessing and auditing again security systems, which is something important. We also have, like, again, a security manager, right? This is where you oversee the implementation and management of security policies and teams and things of that nature. Some key skills are managing incident response and also mitigation as well. Then we have an incident response. So again, these are some, like I said, these are some of the careers you can aim for once you pass that particular certification, everybody. That's what, so again, maybe you might say, I might aspire to be a security analyst. Maybe you might want to be an incident responder. So again, these are some of the things. In other words, you're building that foundation or landing pad from which you can use to obtain that, get into that particular career area or area of understanding, obviously, right? So again, like I said, there's a couple more here. Now, when we look at this next slide here, we're looking again at what we call the CYSA features in this case, right? Now, in this case, like I said, these are this exam right now, the Security X, which was used to be called the CompTIA, the Certified Advanced Security Practitioner certification. This right here again is remember, they are vendor neutral type certifications. This right here again is the newest rollout right now, the CYSA. I know you probably heard a lot about that particular certification as well. But let's turn our attention now back again to taking a look again at what we called again the CompTIA cybersecurity analyst, right? Now, if you're working as a cybersecurity analyst, everybody, you're on the blue team. You may say, Jim, what do you mean by blue team? Here's what I mean by that. A blue team refers to a group of individuals or professionals tasked with defending the organization information systems and digital infrastructure. Now, again, your primary focus, again, in this role, remember, on the blue team as a cybersecurity analyst, your primary focus is to protect against cyber attacks, identify vulnerabilities or weaknesses that exist within your organization's ecosystem, and ensure your organization's security measures are robust and effective. Now, remember, a blue team, for example, they play a critical role in cybersecurity by maintaining a defensive posture and at the same time ensuring operational resiliency as well. So basically, when you think, remember, you also have a blue team and you have a red team. Now, if you're operating as a cybersecurity analyst, right, in this particular area here, you're in a defensive mode. In other words, you're focused on protecting the systems and mitigating the risk. Now, if you're on the red team, you're offensive. In other words, you emulate attacks to test and improve again your organizational defenses as well, right? Now, a couple of things here again are some of your key responsibilities if you're on the blue team, right? Remember, the cybersecurity analyst is really you're on the blue team. So basically, one of your key areas of responsibility is what we call threat detection and monitoring. This is where you're using tools like the SIM tool, which is called a security information event management system. Now, one interesting thing I want to mention about the SIM system before I move on, everybody. We know that is like a log repository type system, right? However, when you take this technology and you utilize it with in conjunction with artificial intelligence, machine learning, you know what happens? You have predictive analysis, everybody. You taking you stepping your game up. You're taking it up to the next level, right? Now, here's some other key responsibility, everybody. Incident response, right? React to cybersecurity incidents. Another thing, vulnerability management as well. Security assessment. In other words, when you engage in a security assessment, here's what you're doing. You're conducting regular audits, penetration tests, and also compliance check to ensure security policies, in fact, are effective, right? Also, risk management strategies. Also, training and also awareness. So again, this is looking again at your CompTIA cybersecurity analyst, or oftentimes called the CySA plus. Now, again, as see here, again, like I said, these are your pathway right here. For example, now again, a lot of people say, Jim, do I need to start? Let's say, for example, I want to become a cybersecurity analyst. Do I need to start with this one here first? Not necessarily. I mentioned before that I've had students in my class, many classes, where they came in and they knew nothing about IT. And they started with Security Plus, right? Which is amazing, right? That's a great place to start them. So you don't necessarily have to have, a lot of people think I need to get the A plus and all that to get the no. What it requires is that when you engage in these boot camp courses, particularly if I'm your instructor, that you have to be what? You have to be proactive. Like, for example, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to cover the next day. It's behoove you to take the time to review that material so you don't suffer from a phenomenal call, the lights on, but nobody's home, right? It's all about, remember, you have to be intentional. You have to be motivated. You have to be committed. That, in other words, to get any certification. But again, you don't necessarily have to start at A plus, right? Like I said, I've had many students, for example, started Security Plus, and now they went on and their careers are flourishing nowadays, right? Really, it's all about you, how committed you are, how motivated you are. That's the thing that's going to play the major role, right? But again, these are the paths right here that CompTIA outlines here, right? Now, let's talk about the steps to become a CompTIA CYSA certified. Now, remember, there's some steps. First of all, you have to understand and review again the certification objectives, which is very important, right? You have to prepare for the exam, which again, that means you have to allocate a significant amount of time to prepare, go through material and things of that nature as well. Register and schedule for the exam. Maintain. Another thing is, it's not enough to get that certification, everybody. In the past, here's what CompTIA would do. When you would get certified, say Security Plus, you certified for life. Those days are gone now, everybody. What you have to do, everybody, is this. You have 3 years, you have to acquire so many, I think it's 30 CEUs, something like that, within that 3-year period. However, here's what I do. I don't chase CEUs. What I do, I constantly getting certifications. So what happened when you get a high certification? What happened? It automatically renews other certifications. That's the beauty of getting certifications, right? Like, for example, as a CISM, right? Because that's a pretty high certification. I was able to renew it. We literally renew all of my CompTIA certifications that I had to date. So again, that's another thing. So again, constantly getting certifications is one way, rather than chasing CEUs, right? So again, receive your certification. Again, what you got to remember, you receive your certification, and then this, like I said, you register for the exam, you take the exam, you receive your certification, and you remember you have to maintain the CEU. That's the final thing you have to do. Because again, the worst thing can happen is this. Let's say you allow your certification to lapse. Guess what? You're back at square one again. You have to go back and sit and take the exam back over again, right? That's the point, okay? Now, from here, again, why the CompTIA CYSA? Again, increased job opportunities, higher salary, enhances your skills, recognize, it's like I said, it's an industry-wide recognized credential, career growth, practical skills. So these, again, are some of the reasons why, again, I would advocate, again, you pursuing this degree, particularly if this is something that you truly interested in and you really have that passion for something like that. Like I said, it's all about passion and obviously being, again, intentional in this case. Now, you may say, Jim, now you said exam has 4 domains. Yes, it does. It has literally 4 different domains. So let's take a look at that here. Now, one thing I want to point out when you look at this slide here, buddy, the exam itself measures your ability to accomplish a technical task listed right here, right? Now, the percentage indicates, for example, the relative weight of each major topic area on the exam. Now, again, the higher the percentage, guess what's going to happen? The more questions you're going to have, you're going to see within that content area on the exam itself, right? So basically, again, the CompTIA, again, cybersecurity analyst certification is the latest version, which again is a CSO 003. That's the latest version. Now, it focuses on updated security tools, techniques, and also, again, frameworks itself. Now, the certification is structured around, again, like I said, it's structured around, in this case, it's structured around what we call 4 different domains here, right? Let me click on the link here. I want to show you what I mean by this. Now, this, again, is the objectives by CompTIA here, right, for the CYSA, right? Again, it gives a little bit of information about the exam itself. But again, it has, like I said, it has 4 different domains: security operations, vulnerability management, incident response and management, and also reporting and communication. Remember, the higher the percentage, the more questions you will see within that content area itself. Now, the exam itself, you're going to have, like example, a maximum of 85 questions, multiple choice questions. You're going to have 165 minutes to complete the exam. Now, again, you will also have performance-based questions on the exam as well. Not just, like I said, so again, like I said, if I oftentimes tell my students, if I can get through the certification, there's no reason why you cannot, right? All it requires, again, allocating a significant amount of time studying, preparing for it, and things of that nature to get ready for the exam itself, right? So let me just close up. But again, like I said, the higher percentage, the more questions you're going to see within that content area itself. Now, what I want to kind of do now is kind of compare, again, the CYSA with the Security Plus, right? Now, again, these are the differentiating factors: focus, job roles, difficulty level. So as we look here, we look at the focus first of all. Now, again, this one does not, remember, this is designed for if you're a cybersecurity analyst or incident response. That's the focus here. Now, with Security Plus, you have a broad understanding of the foundation of cybersecurity concept. Again, broad, right? Here again are the job roles here for a CYSA as opposed to, again, a CompTIA Security Plus type person. Here again is the difficulty levels here. Like I said, generally much more challenging again than perhaps I would say that. Remember, that certification is much higher than Security Plus. Right now, the time, like I said, a lot of times people will get the Security Plus and go on to get the cybersecurity analyst. Then perhaps they pursue the pen test. Again, that it depends, right? Now, again, this here again is looking at exam structure about the same. You will have performance-based questions on those. Now, here again, the other thing is this: 90 minutes for this exam. You got 165 minutes for this exam. Here again is the content is covered here, right? And this is content covered within, again, the Security Plus. This will obviously, like I said, this is much more advanced certification. But again, the highest certification you can obtain nowadays is a Security X, which was used to be called a CAPS. Like I said, this is a very advanced certification, much higher than Security Plus itself, right? Again, this kind of here, I'm kind of showing you again. Remember, you're gonna have about 85 questions on the exam itself. It can be multiple choice question, performance-based questions as well. You have a passing score of this. Now, one of the things that I do as an instructor, everybody, is this. Not if you're not working as an instructor, it's a little bit different, right? Now, here's a point. If you're working, let's say you work in the field of cybersecurity, for example, right? Only thing you have to worry about is maintaining CEUs. So basically, for as long as you want to be, you'll be CYS certified. However, as an instructor, know what I do? I'm constantly taking those new certificates. Why? So when I go to teach a class to you, I'm giving you the latest information. Why? Because I just sat through the exam. I literally sat through this exam already, probably I'm thinking about a year and a half ago, now maybe about a year ago, I sat through the exam. And again, that's why if I'm the instructor for the class, I'm able to give you a little bit insight. I'm not gonna be able to give you the answers in question, right? But I'll give you a little insight of what things you need to focus on in order to level up and get ready for the exam, right? So that's something very important to note, right? So on this exam, you need to get 750. Again, on a scale of 1 to 100. So you need to get 750. Again, you got 165 minutes to do the exam. Now, the exam itself is gonna run you about $392. But guess what? Think about this like an investment, everybody. When you go to take certification or you obtain higher education, you invest in your career. When you make a decision, say, for example, now I'm gonna go through the training with CCS, you're investing in your career. Guess what's gonna happen? You're going to get a return on an investment. That's how it works, everybody. So you have to invest in order to get a return on your investment. One of the ways is by what? Obtaining, going through or pursuing these various certifications, right? Again, I mentioned before, again, in the past with CompTIA, you would get certified, you certified for life. That's not the case now. You have what we call these CUs you have to retain, everybody. In this case, they're kind of showing here, for example, 30 CUs, right, during a 3-year period here. CYSA, you need 60. So again, like I said, that's one of the reasons I don't chase CEUs. I constantly get higher certification or what? It automatically renews those other certifications. So that's one of the things that you might want to consider, everybody. Constantly getting new certifications, things of that nature. Because guess what? Another thing, continuing education can also improve your job performance as well. Now, what about exam preparation, everybody? Like I said, when you go through a course, everybody, let's say you go through a 5-day boot camp, right? What you want to make sure you're doing when you're going through that 5-day boot camp, is, like I said, is I tell my students this: I'm gonna be covering lessons 1 and 2 today. I suggest to them, I highly recommend that they review it. So when we come the next day, guess what happened? That's one of the ways you maximize your learning experience, right? Because guess what? It's not like you hear it the first time. If you take the time to review the material prior to class, like most instructors tell the student, hey, I'm gonna cover lesson 1 and 2. Make sure you take a look at it before class tomorrow. And what happens? That puts you in a better position strategically in order to get ready for the exam itself. Now, remember, you have the rest of the exam. Make sure you become very familiarized again with the job practice. Another thing I want to mention, everybody, for us, the CYSA or really any CompTIA certification, they love to take your acronym city. They love to use acronyms, everybody. And a lot of times they will make acronyms up that don't even exist. So you have to be prepared for that as well, right? You have to be prepared with that process as well. Make sure you self-assess yourself, right? Take a lot of exams, right? Practice exam, avoid cramming. Make sure you get sufficient amount of sleep. Now, one thing I'm gonna do a little bit different today, everybody. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. For example, here, I have a couple of sample questions here. What I suggest you do, everybody, we have a chat box here. What I like for you to do again, I'm post a question here. I want you to read the question and see if you can figure out what the right answer is. Is it A, B, C, or D? And then we'll go what the correct answer is, right? Because again, when I'm conducting a class, I'm going through a lot of assessment. You constantly get assessed throughout the course. Why? Because I want to make sure I get you over the finish line. That's my practice, right? Now, let's take a look at the very first question that we have here today. Here's the question, everybody. It says, what markup language provides a standard mechanism for describing attack patterns, malware, threat actors, and tools? Again, I like you to post your response in the chat box, everybody. Is it A, B, C, or D? Take a moment and post your response in the chat box, my friends. What's the best answer here? I think y'all able to post your response in the chat box, everybody. If you could post your response in the chat box. The answer is it A, B, C, or D? Remember, I'm taking you to acronym city, just like CompTIA, where you will literally see course on the exam, and they have nothing but acronyms on the exam itself.
Jim, sorry for the interruption. Chat is disabled. Participants are giving their answer in QA session. You can check it there in QA session.
Where's it at now?
Chat feature is disabled. Participants are giving their answers in QA
Thank you.
chat.
Oh, okay. I see it Q&A. I see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
right there.
Yes.
Okay.
Please check QA. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right, everybody.
Correct.
So everybody, let's take a look what the correct answer is here. I see some of you put the answer. Let me see. Okay. 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 All right. Let me show you what the correct answer is. Okay. Here's the correct answer for everybody. It is A. It's called this. Remember that CompTIA will take an acronym. So you literally have courses like this. You have acronym. That means that stands for Structured Threat Information Expression, which again is XML language, originally sponsored by United States Department. So you're able to see that right here. That's why that's the correct answer. But it's A is the best answer for that one. I also tell you why what this other one is, Delta is. So the correct answer, if you put down A, everybody, you have the correct answer for this one here, right? Again, like I said, when I'm going through the course, you constantly, when I go through material, I go back and have questions. Why? Because I want to give you an opportunity to self-assess yourself throughout the course, not just waiting for the exam. We constantly self-assess it. That's what I do as as an instructor. I constantly provide my students with an opportunity to self-assess themselves, to see where their strengths and weaknesses at, then they figure out what they need to go back and level up on. Here again, like I said, I have 3 courses. Here's our next course, everybody here. It says for your new security consulting position, you're helping in hospital security's HR data. It includes employees' records such as contact information, employment history, bank account number. What would this information be classified as? Would it be, again, IP, PSI, PHI, or PI? Now remember, like this is, like I said, when you first see this, like I said, like this is what they're doing in the exam. And like the first thing when people see this term, they think stands for Internet Protocol. They call intellectual property. That's what it can stand for, intellectual property, my friends, right? This stands for, it is called PCI. We know what that is. That's dealing with credit cards, if you're not aware of that. PHI deals with protected health information. PIIs, for other words, deals with information that include like your social security number, things of that nature. So again, what's the correct answer, my friends? For this one, you can post your response in the chat box, my friends. Okay, I see some people said Delta. Okay. Did somebody say Bravo here? Okay. All right, let's take a look at the correct answer, my friends. The correct answer for this one would be PII, person identifiable information, everybody. That's any data that could potentially identify a specific individual. That's what it's called. Here's our last question, everybody, here. Now, this question says here, your company has had long maintained an email server, but it's insecure and unreliable. You're considering just outsourcing email to an external company that provides secure cloud-based email services. What risk management strategy are you employing? Choose the best response. Is it risk acceptance? Is it risk avoidance? Is it risk deterrent, risk mitigation, or risk transference? Again, post your response in the chat box, my friends. What's the best answer for this one here? What are we talking about here? Okay, I see so far I see one person responded to this one here. Again, like I said, when you attend one of the boot camp courses with Jim, you have to be fully engaged, because I'm fully engaged, right? Because that's really gonna make a world of difference in preparation for the exam, my friends. So the correct answer, let's see what the correct answer is, my friend. The correct answer would have been E. The answer will be risk transfer, right? Now, this is risk management control strategy that involves the contractual shifting of pure risk from one party to another. One example is the purchase of insurance policy. I mean, when you purchase insurance, that's called risk transfer. But guess what, everybody? You can transfer the risk, but guess what? You cannot transfer accountability. You still held accountable at the end of the day, right? Now, so that's conclude our sample questions, my friends, for our actual webinar here today. And the most important thing I want to leave you with this, everybody, before we have our Q&A questions, if you have any. Believe you can, and guess what, my friends? You're halfway there. You got to believe you can, man, everybody. Again, it's not enough that Jim believes you can get it done. And believe it or not, each and every one of my students that attend my courses, I refer to them being can-do people. They can get the job done. But it's not enough that I believe they can get it done. They got to believe they can get it done as well, right? So at this point in time, I'm going to open it up now for anyone that has any questions regarding the CYSA or certification or anything of that nature at all. Here's your opportunity, my friends. Any questions? I see one person got 100% all the questions. Great job, Ken. Great job. Any questions, anyone? I was that thorough. Nobody had any questions. Nobody have questions. Anybody got any questions? You can post your email, post your response in the chat box, my friends, if you like. Okay, I don't think we have any questions today here. Anything you want to say before we depart? The host, anything you want to have any departing words for anyone here?
All right. Thank you, Jim, for the great presentation and your valuable information. Now, my request to the audience, please pop in your questions. If you have any question, please feel free to ask. Our instructor, Jim, will answer all your questions. Jim, let gives another 1 to 2 minutes for the
Okay.
audience to put their questions.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I oftentimes tell people my middle name is Flex. I'm flexible, right?
All right.
Okay.
Jim, we have a one question from Ken.
Okay.
It's in Q&A. So why do people usually ignore the ITF plus if its purpose is to enhance your skill? It's
Oh, okay.
not going. You can see.
I said there. Well,
Perfect.
be honest with you, I'm gonna tell you what. I actually ignored it myself too, and I kind of stopped when I kind of got started a lot of CompTIA certification. However, when I started working for this one company, they a teaching class, and I ended up getting certification as a result of the class itself. So a lot of time people, like I said, it's like I said, a lot of people when I see nowadays, sometimes people think it's better to start. I'm gonna do the IFA, do the A+. Not all the time. I see a lot of students, they start with Security Plus. So it pretty much a preference on the student itself. A lot of the other skills you can still, a lot of the other skills perhaps you didn't acquire in that, say the ITF. Maybe you a lot of time you acquire them along the way. So a lot of time, I don't think, like I said, depends. Like I said, when I was teaching one class, the level a bunch of employees for, I guess was it Amazon, because Amazon was going through a transition. I was working for this one company, and what they were doing were offering training to the employee. Why? Because now remember they got the robots coming in now a lot of places nowadays, and what they would do is probably provide the students with opportunities to get additional education. One of the certifications they had offered was the ITF, and I think they did the Network Plus. And what they did after the students finished, then they were able to get relocated within Amazon. So so again, I'm not sure why that people ignore it, but I think, like I say, some people, it depends. A lot of people, most people I see nowadays, my experience, they don't start with that certification. Although like it's offered there, but most people now time they start with the Security Plus or maybe Network Plus or A+, right? Okay. Hope does that answer your question, Ken? Does it answer your question, Ken? Any more questions on that one, my friend? Okay, you're welcome, Ken. I see it. Any other questions? Well, that was a great question. Thank you very much for asking that question, Ken. I appreciate it.
Ken, I think we are done up with the questions. If
Okay.
anyone have any more questions, you can reach us on the email. We will reach you back with all the details. Thank you, Jim. We have done up with the questions. And again, thank you for your time today. I have a
Okay.
special offer announcement. We are running a special offer on CompTIA CYSA Plus program and on few more courses. This is the industry's our big discount. It is the premium discount. To know more, you can visit on our website. Me and my team will also send you the email. You can reply us back. If in case you have any friend or colleague looking for the training, you can also suggest them. I have also added my LinkedIn profile and company details. If anyone want to know more, can connect with me directly. So when it comes on upskilling and reskilling, CCS Learning Academy is designed to be your organization's secret weapon. Our network of talented and passionate professional instructors are ready and waiting to work directly with you and your team. If you are new to IT or seasoned professional, we offer a wide range of courses for your needs. And if you need more information, please contact us. On behalf of CCS and our instructor Jim, we would like to thank you for your attention on this important training session today. Hope you enjoyed the session. Looking forward to you all for joining our future webinars. Stay safe out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, my friend. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.